You Can, which is the third one that we've got. This is a song. We're going to play a bit of this song actually, but again, this is a song that started life. We knew what we wanted to write a song about, and the idea of the chorus just being "You Can," because it's just simple and easy and direct, and then we can get onto the verses later. Is that was the idea? That's how most of our songs started life. But this was a song that was based around this lovely story of in 1932. Most of the mountainous and upland land in Britain was owned by landowners and ruled by gamekeepers and lackeys, and you couldn't go walking or running or whatever on the fells and mountains and hills of large parts of Britain. So what happened is huge gatherings of walkers who thought this was a ridiculous idea. Of course we should be able to walk on the hills of Britain. They gathered together, especially around Manchester, and they were part of the sort of young communist walking league or something, and they gathered together several hundred people, and they said, we're going to defy the law and the landlords and the gamekeepers, and we're just going to walk where we want, because this is Britain, this is our land, and we should be able to walk where we want. And they didn't, it wasn't like they were walking on farmland and leaving gates open and that. These are just people with walking boots and rucksacks. They're just walkers. So they decided to have this mass trespass in 1932, and they walked in the Peak District near Edale, and they walked up this hill, and there were a huge line of gamekeepers went out, which were all employed by the landowners, these millionaire landowners, who stood there with sticks to stop this gathering of several hundred people going up the hill. And they had a fight halfway up the hill. And obviously there were plenty of walkers there, so the walkers won, and they carried on up to the hill, got to the top, ate the sandwiches, closed the gates behind them. Very responsible people. And they got down to the bottom, and there were lots of police waiting for them, and the police arrested lots of them and put 5 of them in prison. They went to prison for walking up a hill, basically. And this caused a massive outrage in Britain. And within a couple of weeks, there was another one organised that was even bigger, and then another one, and it got to a point where the landowners couldn't stop it happening. People were just gathering together in huge numbers and going walking on the land. And they didn't have permission to do it, and they realised that the only way they were going to get away with it was by breaking the law. And eventually the government, as opposed to, we have this idea that governments lead things, and they say, oh, the law is changing because we've decided that this could happen. But in a lot of cases, historically, the law changes because people break it. They break the law so often that the government has to sit up and listen and change legislation. So they actually changed the law to make all this land open for people to walk on. So if anybody ever goes walking, then really we have to thank these lovely old hikers and walkers and backpackers from 1932. So we thought we'd write a song about it, and we wanted to juxtapose the idea of you can, as in you can go and break the law, with the idea of doing a song that's very, very gentle and tries to talk about this incident from a personal point of view, from the people that were walking up the hill. So should we play it?
Yeah.
We're not going to play it all, don't worry. And we haven't rehearsed this very well. You will probably realise. And we're playing it on instruments that we don't normally use as well. So apart from that, this is roughly what the song goes like.
Gently goes.
Yeah?
Give it a go.
2, 3, 4. For all those feet in ancient times, for stepping out of line, for dragging time and tide. Chains of class and caste limp upon the mast. All your week you were someone's slave. Today you're a free man. If they tell you you can't, then you can. You can, you can, you can. You can, you can. Walking high upon the hill, roughshod against well-heeled, a butterfly breaks upon the wheel. A compass and a cap, a sing-song and a scrap, a dotted line across the map. All your week you were someone's slave. Today you're a free man. If they tell you you can't, then you can. You can, you can, you can. You can, you can. Every 5-bar gave my home a place to call my own, from stone to boundary stone. For every footprint on the line, the banners and the band who swayed the best laid plans. All your week you were someone's slave. Today you're a free man. If they tell you you can't, then you can. You can, you can, you can. You can, you can, you can. That was really to sort of demonstrate the idea of trying to take an idea that we think is, basically it's about a bunch of people going up a hill and having a fight and breaking the law. And you can either do that by shouting it and screaming it and getting angry about it, or you can do what we did with this song, which is try and make it really gentle and calm, in the hope that people are going to really pay attention to it or listen to it a bit more, or hear the lyrics, or want to find out more about it.